Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 23rd, 2025 Dark Moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, a healing, or a gift card, check out my websites, danehartguidedmessages.com or daneharttarot.com. They both work. They are listed in the description box below, and I look forward to reading for you. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Pisces, let's see what the tarot has to say. Ooh, missed a card. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. All right, Pisces, just give me a moment to center myself. Okay. At the heart of it all, for this dark moon in Virgo, is the 9 of Cups. So during this time, this is gratitude, this is fulfillment, but this is a wish being granted. This is something small. It's not going to be big. It's not going to be, like, oh my gosh, this is huge. It's going to be something very small, very quiet, very powerful, very personal, that is going to let you know you're heading in the right direction, right? That you're being heard by the universe, by spirit. And that's going to be very reassuring for you. There's also a sense of really kind of embracing what you how you have achieved, like what you have gotten up until this point, and like seeing yourself as blessed and like saying thank you, even if you're not where you want to be, even if there's struggle. It's like, thank you for like the greatest miracle, right? That we open our eyes every day, like that we move forward in this world, and that is going to be a very important thing. And it moves us then, because that's going to help change our energy vibration. Even if we're struggling, even if we're overwhelmed, it's like that thank you sets the tone for a world that most people don't start off in, right? We don't start off by saying that thank you in the morning. And it moves us then to the challenge, which is going to be the 3 of Pentacles. Now, this is collaboration and productivity. You might not feel very productive. You can also find that working with others is very frustrating. You're sitting there and you're like, well, why not do this and why not do that? And it's not all running in the smoothness that you would want it to, okay? Or that you would like it to. And this is spirit really saying, focus on you. In the group, focus on you moving forward, you going after what it is that needs to be done. And let the others kind of find their path forward, focus on them. It's not leaving them behind. Excuse me, because I don't see like that you're able to do that, but it's really saying, okay, how do I need to move forward in the power that is me in this situation, in this time. And then it moves us then to where we need to focus, and that's the sun. Of course, you have the sun come forward. It's the happiest card in the whole entire deck. It's vitality, it's joy, it's happiness, it's success, it's prosperity, it's beauty, it's abundance. It is just a real sense of love, of radiance, of being, moving you forward. So where you need to focus, like that's why Spirit was bringing the gratitude forward so strongly. It's like where you need to focus is on all the good things. Even if you have to start like kind of making them up, not making them up, but like, I'm so thankful that I can put one foot in front of the other, type of thing. Or I'm thankful for the bird that I saw fly by the window type of thing, where it's this sense of I'm looking at things and I'm being in the moment of saying thank you for it. So that's going to be important here, because we're looking at our lives right now and we're transforming. And it seems almost like we're going against the tide of certain people, especially at work, like especially, that don't see us, don't understand us. And that can be frustrating, that can weigh on us. Okay, it doesn't have to be work. It's like where you're giving your time and your energy, and it just feels like, oh my gosh, it's one battle after another type of thing. And then we have the repeat of the number 3 here with the 3 of Wands. What you're going to see is that you've come to a completion of a cycle. Now, this is foresight and this is exploration. There is a sense of like having looked outward and not found what you wanted. And so it's kind of like you came back home. And this is a good thing. It's kind of like you went out on an adventure, and it could be a spiritual one, it could be a physical one, but it's like now, excuse me, now I'm coming back home. Now I'm coming back to where I need to be. Let me just take a sip of water. And this moves us then, Pisces, to your strength. And that's the 9 of Swords. Now this is very interesting because this, here we go. You can see that now. This is the 9 of Swords. And this is very interesting because this has been coming up as strengths, time and time again during this Virgo dark moon. And this Virgo dark moon brings with it introspection. It brings with it a release of what is no longer serving us. And really, looking at how we want to move forward for new beginnings. And here, what we're looking at are nightmares and fears and doubts and chaos and hurt and pain that keeps us up at night, that keeps us worried, that keeps us from achieving and succeeding in the way that we want to. And why this is in our strength is that we're calling out the nightmares. We're calling out the doubt. We're calling out the fear. To be afraid is to be alive, right? There's so many different things that we can be afraid of. And it's to see that fear, acknowledge it, but not let it rule us. And that's hard, especially if you're in a time in your life where, you might be suffering from panic attacks, or, there's a chaos to things. And it's like, oh my gosh, how can I calm this? And how can you say the nightmares are, or you're having night terrors? How can you say the nightmares are a blessing? But I didn't say that the experience, like, no, they're not a blessing. You took it too far, Dane. And I get that. But that they were good. But what you're going to see here is that you're identifying fear, and you're identifying what you're afraid of, and you're identifying what's overwhelming. And that is liberating. That is a strength that you have during this time to say, it's not real. It is a fear that I have. And it moves you into your near future. And that is the 6 of Swords. That's moving forward. This is a transition. And this is insight. You're moving forward with knowledge, with insight, with understanding. And you're going after what you want. Are you unsure? Yes. Are you going to be slow to move forward exactly the way that you want to? Yes. But you are heading towards your goals. So even though you feel stuck, there is a sense of listening to your inner guidance, listening to your inner wisdom, and it starts to move you forward, and it brings you to the advice of this time, which is the Ace of Pentacles. This is a creative force. This is confidence. This is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. It's not the Ace of Pentacles. I do apologize. It is the Ace of Wands. I see it bringing money, wealth, what you value as much as money. But this is passion, creativity. This is fire, determination. This is focus. This is insight. This is an illumination of the darkness. And that is where your gift lies. Now, right now, are you taking this gift? No. But what is around you is then the advice, is this passion, is this fire that leads you forward. And you will see yourself stepping into and being able to hold up this torch, illuminate the path that you want. And it moves us then to the Two of Pentacles, balance and adaptability. All right, the environment that you're in requires adaptability. It's not smooth sailing. And so you're finding balance here. You're finding harmony within yourself. You're taking the chaos that is inside, and you're being very practical about what you want, how you want to move forward. You're going to have a tendency to pile up on your plate what you need to do. Like I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this. And then you will become overwhelmed and you will stop. So just be mindful about that during this time. Take on 2 things, then move forward. 2 things, then move forward. Make sure you're giving yourself breaks. Making time for movement is going to be important as well. But you're finding balance, you're finding harmony. The environment that you're in, you're going to have to juggle. And that's just going to be important here. It moves us then to our hopes and our fears. We have the 9 again. This time it is the 9 of Wands. This is power and perseverance over darkness, over doubt, over fear, over chaos, over being overwhelmed. 9 is a very human number. We're embracing the humanity of our mind and then the humanity of our passions and our fires, our tempers and our joys. And what we're going to see is that we fear always having to fight and always feeling kind of like we're just hanging on. And what we want is to move forward in the power of all that we have learned and all that we are passionate about, to embrace our success, to embrace our prosperity. So just knowing that these fears are very human and letting ourselves embrace our humanity, but doing so with an emphasis on love, on grace, on kindness, on respect of being in self. That's important here. And it moves us then to the outcome. And the outcome is love, as the outcome should always be. Now, this is Gemini energy. Time frame is May 21st to June 20th. This is a duality of our heart and our spirit. We can see ourselves wanting to be one way or another and needing to find balance within that, needing to find balance within the sacred feminine and sacred masculine of ourselves. What do you love? What do you want? How do you want to move forward? The choices that need to be made. But also, if you think about it, love is what guides us. You know, think of the love, and I'm using Christianity as the example here, but think of the love that was shown by Mary, the Virgin Mary. Now, whether you believe that she existed or that she was a virgin or anything like that, it doesn't really matter. But why I say this is because in this picture, like not here with the 2 wolves, but in the lovers, in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the angel is to be Gabriel. And who came to Mary was Gabriel. And what an act of love to say yes to carrying the Son of God, right? And then what an act of love when Gabriel came to Joseph and said, you got to let this be. And he said yes. And faith towards the other unknown to move forward in love, in caring, in compassion, in joy. 6 is a selfless number. You know, if you're born on a 6 path, you are a natural nurturer. And it is to nurture love. It is to nurture joy. It is to nurture our path forward. Love gets confused with lust all the time. Instant gratification. But what do I love? What do I long for? What do I want? What do I need? And the heart is opening up here more and more. And we're seeing what we love. Not what our ego tells us we should want to obtain, but what do we truly love? And how does that joy move us forward beautifully, undeniably, and passionately? We're being asked by Spirit to hold up what is most sacred to us and move forward in that loving connection and that loving insight as the angels bless us. So let's see what Spirit has to say here. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and Spirit guides. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and Spirit guides. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right. We have your gratitude, which is what we've been talking about, that sense of love and connection. Gratitude, working through our fears. And that is going to be important because as we embrace love and surround ourselves in love, we work through what has terrified us, what has overwhelmed us, what has made us freeze. And then it brings us power, which will also come as we move towards the full moon. Power, because nothing will come of this situation. Realizing that everything is finite. But the void, of course, is that bit of chaos that is thrown in our path. The void, of course, is saying what you expect will go topsy-turvy. Let yourself release expectation and move forward in like a calm knowing. I guess that is expectation, but it's releasing the force of I want it to be like this. And moving forward into spirit, guide me. How do I need it? How will it come forward in my life? Or how can I bring this energy into my existence? I'm calling it forward. I don't know how. You do. And it brings us then, like, I don't know how this is going to play out, right? This is going to come forward, spirit. But I know that this is what I want now, right? My heart is ready for love. My heart is ready for that beautiful career. My heart is ready for, the next step in my existence. Like whatever that next step is. I just named, two of the big ones that people are always searching for, but also that sense of I'm ready for peace. And then we start calling out the chaos. And then as we call out the chaos, it's like, oh, this is what is working against the peace that I want. Because sometimes it is easier to see what we don't want than it is, or what we don't have, than it is to see what we do want or what we do have. And it brings us to this blossoming of being and self. And a win-win situation, a win-win outcome is forecast, right? There's a sense of balance where you feel as if you have triumphed in all areas, and that harmony brings you forward. It brings us then to our subconscious, not our subconscious, but our spirit message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. This is the white eagle. It says the connection to divine wisdom is within you, and it is, because that's how we connect to spirit. It brings us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. Ooh, angels. Okay, right here. Fell right out. Inner strength. We are breaking out of a shell, a doubt, a fear, a chaos. This is the solar plexus chakra. We're also learning and connecting with our gut, with our intuition in a very real way. This will come forward very powerfully, very real, can be very raw at times. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. Yeah. Be mindful of overthinking, the Eight of Swords, of being trapped in your head, overthinking, overanalyzing, and always finding yourself wanting, always finding, fear kind of reigning supreme. It's replacing fear. It's working through fear that this moon is really showing us where we need to be, soul and spirit. Our subconscious spirit message is the heron, which I love. It says, let go of convention and allow your own unique path. And follow your own unique path, but allow your own unique path to come forward. Allow it to be a part of you. So when you walk, kind of like it's unconvention, but even walking in love, in compassion, in peace and in harmony, that transforms you, right? And it makes you different from the rest of the world. And it can be a painful transformation. Allow yourself to let go of what others expect or what you have expected, and be open to the miracle that is this world, that is life. And it moves us then to our chakra message, which is angels and masters. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. This is your angels and your spirit guides wrapping you in protection and saying, I'm right here with you. You are protected, you are loved, I got you. It moves us then to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. This is the Prince of Swords. Be mindful of wanting to move too fast. Also be mindful of, kind of like flashiness. Just be aware of that. This is wanting to be the hero of the story, but not quite being there yet and still pushing forward. So it can be that. It's like first rescue yourself and then you will rescue the world, right? Then you will rescue so much more. But you can also be really falling into like teachings or words or guidance of people who are putting up a front, and also who are pushing things forward too quickly, like they're moving too quickly, and they're not aligning with themselves. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra message. And this is justice. This is Libra energy. You have that full moon in Libra come forward with a win-win outcome is forecast. Libra time frame is right after Virgo, and that is September 23rd to October 22nd. Truth and clarity comes forward. What you truly want, what you're truly working for. Justice within yourself. It's not being just and fair to everybody else. It is being just and fair to yourself, finding that balance, finding that harmony that lets you shine in an exquisite way. And then subconsciously, the moon asks you, what are you hungering for? Because what you hunger for will be answered as you surrender to the divine, as you surrender to the greater power of the universe and your connection to universal knowledge, to your angels, to your spirit guides. Once we release the ego, right? Isn't there an old, I think it's a Native American story where it is one wolf is devouring the other wolf, and there are two wolves within us, and one wolf devours the other because one of them is just unbelievably hungry all the time, and that's like our ego, which is unbelievably hungry all the time. Notice me, notice me, notice me. And Spirit is saying here, it is time to calm that hunger and surrender. To say, I'm not in control, right? I'm steering this ship. This is my life. But Spirit has a way of working through me, of working with me, of blessing me and moving things forward that is astounding. And that takes me on an adventure I couldn't have dreamt up for myself because I had limited knowledge, right? We are limited by how we were raised and what we consumed on media and, what we saw around us. And now we're opening up to endless possibilities. Again, as long as they are in love, compassion, kindness, do no harm, walk gently on this earth. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed moon and a blessed life. Bye.